weather caused the Southville grape fields to plummet, so Lord Brand wanted to seize land in Northville.
I've tried those grapes, and they're really not very good. Who would buy them?
From my understanding, most of these grapes are purchased by the Adamant Syndicate.
Adamant Syndicate, yes. I heard about them in the capital. A merchant guild that grew quite powerful recently.
Yes, the Adamant Syndicate is a famous merchant guild in Asperia. They've been looking to surpass us and establish a monopoly. In the past, the Mithril Consortium hardly took notice of them. But now, they're almost on even footing with us. It pains me to say it, but I must admit that they are extremely talented when it comes to doing business. I, however, have no interest in these grapes, as only the nobility can afford them. I only care about the wheat production in Northville. When the wheat is ground into flour and baked into bread, its deliciousness has the potential to reach every single home in Asperia. But with the weather growing colder by the day, there's no telling what will become of Ryham. It's possible that this year's harvest, however poor, was the final gift these lands had to offer.
No way! We're gonna put a stop to this crazy weather and bring the warmth back to Ryham. That's right! And we'll start by finding the real culprit. Chippy won't forgive anyone who burns down the fields that Magister Merlin worked so hard to protect.
You two are awfully spirited today. We heard what the furballs had to say. What do you think? Though I suppose anyone would be upset after seeing the destruction of something they once protected. Relax. Forget I said anything.
what do you...
Great materials are everywhere. Eat your fill, my children. The experiment was a total success. Great materials are everywhere. Eat your fill, my children.
You desire an audience. And what do you want? Being a noble is always being on top.
Hey, alright? The medicine's more potent, so the price.
Oh, good morning.
힘들다. 짜요.
Can you youngsters be a little more low-key? I remember your faces. You were there when we were putting out the fires. You're back here to investigate what happened, right? I may be old and forgetful, but I assure you that the people you're describing don't live in Northville. Come to think of it, I think Hank saw some outsiders around in the wheat fields that evening. But I'm not sure if those are the people you're looking for. Hank is the only fisherman around these parts. He's got no interest in farming, so he spends his days fishing. If you want to talk to him, keep heading north along the river, and you'll find him. Oh, poor Hank's been really worried lately, ever since this cold weather froze the lake over. I don't know the details. You'll have to ask Hank.
Absolutely have to try this. I've never had tastier bread in my life. The taste, the texture, the aroma, everything about it is perfect. Not even magic could make something this delicious.
Take as much as you'd like. My name is Truman, and I'm the chief of Ryham. Consider this a welcome, my travel-weary friends.
We're very grateful for the bread, Chief Truman. I can only imagine the complexity of the recipe required to make something this amazing. If you don't mind, could you share the exact formula with me? I need the flour-to-water ratio, proper kneading techniques, and the exact baking time.
You're getting ahead of yourself, young lady. This bread doesn't need a special recipe. The special taste comes from the wheat itself. Many years ago, the legendary mage Merlin saved Ryham from the clutches of hyperfiends. A powerful spell was cast, and the weather became as warm as autumn all year round.
But I don't sense any trace of magic in the bread at all.
Ha 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 ha! That's because there are none in there. All Magister Merlin did was extend the comfortable season of autumn in these parts. These loaves of bread are the results of the hard work of our father and the gratitude we have for the great Merlin.
But those things wouldn't affect the taste.
I understand this. Where I come from, nature responds to the hearts of the people. The breeze we hear when we greet and embrace our loved ones is different from the breeze we hear when we say goodbye.
Ah, I don't understand what you're saying, young man. But I still remember the words Merlin said to me that day. He loved the sight of the autumn wind blowing through the waves of grain. He hoped it would never fade.
That's my role model. Words of poetry to my ears.
Really? Before Lord Franz did away with Southville's wheat fields, this golden land was even bigger. If you'd seen it, you would know why Merlin loved the beautiful countryside around here. A pity Lord Franz replaced Southville's wheat crop with grapes. With how long I have left, I wonder if I'll ever see those golden fields again.
Now that you mention it.
Oh, come on. Don't forget what we came here for. We have to keep searching for who's behind the fire at Northville. Let's go.
Please let me join the investigation. These loaves of bread are the embodiment of Magister Merlin's compassion and the hard work and gratitude of the village. I won't forgive anyone who tries to destroy that. Please let me do something to help the place that Magister Merlin once protected.
Why do people keep looking for me? Before the fire, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're here to interrogate me, just save your breath. Lord Franz didn't send you? Then that's all the more reason for me not to say anything. Since I've already been paid, don't expect me to say anything. Don't say it like that. I'm just choosing to keep Lord Franz's secrets. I don't care what his plan is for the wheat fields. I want to know when this lake will thaw. Instead of pestering me here, why don't you go look around where the fire happened? If you find something, Lord Franz might even reward you.
Oh, dear.
What happened? Who's that? You were talking to him for a long time. A fisherman. He knows something, but he doesn't want to talk. Oh no. At this rate, the evidence may be covered in snow before we find anything. Weren't you investigating the strange weather in Ryham? Any progress? Do you think he knew you were investigating and is purposefully interfering? If so, someone else may have discovered your true identity. Along with the fire. What are you whispering about? Hey, keep those bunny ears out of our conversation. We don't have much time.
Oh, I was about to tell you all something, but after Lawson's interruption, I've completely forgotten what it was. I'm terribly sorry. You see, before you all arrived, I conducted an experiment here. In my experiment, I discovered that Merlin's ward is gradually weakening. Weakening? Yes. Not only that, I discovered that another maid attempted to restore the ward, but could not stop it from weakening. No, no, no! How could this be? Sir Chippy? As a member of the Lyceum, I would never report something unless I was sure. But how is that possible? No one's ever been able to dispel Merlin. As an ardent student of magic and all of Merlin's works, I am also in total disbelief. However, I can assure you that I am telling the truth. Brazen hot magic. I wonder...
I was thinking the same thing. I'm no mind reader. Some things can be reasoned out. Also, after spending this much time together, I can guess what you're thinking.
Tell us, Balin. Who do you think tried to restore Merlin's ward?
Muriel, the Scarlet Sorceress. After being accused of starting the fire, she refused to explain why she was there. There must be something stopping her from telling us. If she was trying to repair the ward, she probably didn't want everyone to know that it was weakening. I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
Chippy doesn't know either. Strange weather, the fire, grapes, and now someone is trying to fix Merlin's ward. Oh no! Chippy's brain hurts. Chippy can't figure this out.
Right now, we're still missing that last piece of evidence. I have a feeling that everything will fall into place once we find the real culprit behind the fire. Then what are we still waiting for? Let's hurry over to the scene of the fire and investigate.
Lord Franz is in cahoots with bandits and standing in our way to the truth.
Looks like our hard work is starting to pay off. We're all thinking the same thing, right? This fire had nothing to do with magic, or with any mage. Although fire elementals did appear, it was after the fire started. The fire may have attracted them. Someone else sparked the fire before they showed up. The real culprits were those people we saw in Southville before, Lord Franz's henchmen. Disguised as locals, they infiltrated the village and set fire to the wheat.
The villagers already had a poor harvest due to the cold weather. If Lord Franz burned that wheat, then what are the villagers supposed to sell? That's their only source of income. I can't believe he would resort to such underhanded means just to force Northville to plant his grapes.
While everything is pointing to Lord Franz right now, I think it's still too early to confront him. What we need to do is learn more about those weird grapes.
I've made a preliminary analysis regarding this, if everyone will listen. The magic that surrounds Northville is as clear and pure as spring water, while the magic in Southville, on the other hand, is as thick and muddy as a swamp. The biggest difference between the two is their crops. I suspect that those grapes are responsible for polluting the magic in that area. To test my hypothesis, I'd like to return to Southville to gather some samples.
How are you going to do that when Lord Franz is guarding those grapes so closely? Unless... Miss Cassidy, don't tell me you plan on stealing some.
It's not stealing if it's for research purposes. Besides, I'm only doing this to get closer to the truth. I only need a single tiny grape. No one will ever know it's missing. Then I'll take my leave. May Dura protect you.
Sorry to interrupt, everyone, but I must be going. Muriel is still being held captive by General Hogan. I need to return to Hollystone and clear her of any wrongdoing. But more importantly, I need to apologize to her in person. Lord Franz was the real culprit all along. And I am partly to blame for all of the suffering she has endured.
General Hogan will want to know more about what's happening here. I need to make a trip back to Hollystone as well. Lord Franz will never admit to starting the fire. He holds a lot of power around here. Getting him to confess is something that needs to be discussed with the General. Thanks for the hard work. I'll treat you to whatever you want back in Hollystone. And don't worry, it'll be on the General's dime.
Tired, friend. I know you've been working hard. Tell me, have you made any new discoveries? So Lord Franz was behind the fire.
From behind the scenes, he's been using his wealth to make his puppets do his bidding.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Unfortunately, there's not enough evidence to charge Lord Franz. Even if we bring witnesses to testify against him, all he has to do is feign ignorance and render our accusations meaningless. We need more conclusive proof. Something that even he won't be able to deny.
Before that, let me bring Miss Muriel here first. Now that we know she's not the culprit, she shouldn't be locked up. She got blamed for this. She deserves to know the truth.
Oh my. This is quite the crowd.
I know you don't want to see me right now, Miss Muriel, but I would like to apologize for unjustly accusing you earlier. You see, all of this is...
It's fine. No apologies needed. If anything, I should thank you. If it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be running around for my sake. Isn't that right? I knew it. I know you have questions, but let's meet elsewhere. And do remember to come. Just the two of us. Date.
Did she just say date? What? Don't have something silly like...
We should return to the heroic order.
Not really. Hey!
Wow, it seems... Don't worry, I'll keep my ears nice and shut. I swear to Miss Arte.